We acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land and their care for it for thousands of years.
Open to the spirit who has ever been present here, we resolve to appreciate its beauty, to be wise stewards of its resources, and to honour the connection the traditional custodians, the Coomberaberry from the Yugambeh Nation, have with this land.
Would you all please stand for the school prayer? Almighty God,
from whom comes every good and perfect gift, send down your blessings and our school. Teach us to live together in love and joy and peace. In our work, let us spirit of understanding and experience. In our age, stewardship, and in our prayers, our joy and duty. Let the spirit of devotion will define us more closely together, so that we can live not only for our own advantage, but also for the common good. Through him who loved us and gave himself for us, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
please be seated.
Hi girls, my name's Ruby, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm head boarder up here in senior school. But basically I'm from Cunnamulla, which is 10 hours west of Brisbane in southwest Queensland, and I'm a part of the Gamilaroi and Cooma Nations. And just before the holidays, my father's tribe, the Cooma tribe, were fortunate to receive our native title back. It took us up to 20 years to get it back, and that's a lot of fighting in court and proving that we are from that area and that we do have ties and that we are the traditional custodians there. So that took us 20 years to get, and we actually own property on country, which is 72,000 acres big, which is called Murra and Bendy Downs. And every year in September, we have this festival called the Emu Festival, where kids from Cunnamulla come on country for 4 days, and they learn our traditional way of life. So they stay at the homestead for 4 days and are taught about our tribal ways. So they are showed sacred sites on the land, such as the old bakery and our old rivers and our old lakes, like the Kneebine Creek. And they're also taught how to sing and dance and speak, and are taken away and taught basic men's and women's business. So basically that's what we do we do at Cunnamulla and on our property at Bendy Downs in order to keep our culture alive. So I'd just like to pass it on to Mr. Crawley.
This assembly is about celebrating NAIDOC Week, and so I have a short clip that I want to show you before I say a few words.
And this land has a rhythm, and that rhythm, if you're in tune with it, then it won't let you down. There is a spirit that is so powerful. And sadly, until that spirit is taught and we're allowed to learn it as Aboriginal people and keep it alive and going, that is the key to our well-being. But the first thing I must do this morning is cleanse this area, and when I do, the vibration I speak will break into the spirit world, and that spirit will come. Those of you with spiritual fibres in your body will feel it. I'll then ask the good spirit to come and sit with us and on us. Wara Wern, Shwai, Bulyakanai, bad spirit, go away. Wara Wern, Shwai, Bulyakanai. Coverdown, Modichwern, Dartney. Come and sit on us and with us. So as I welcome you onto country, I say, Wanju, Wanju, Neja, Wajak, Naya Wajak. I welcome you on the culture.
NAIDOC that we are celebrating is, just to give you some little background because you may not know, it stands for the National Aborigines Islanders Day Observance Committee, NAIDOC. The history of this is rather fascinating. It has a connection back to the 1920s within Australia, to associations with different names. The Aboriginal Progress Association from 1924 and the Aboriginal League from 1932. In 1938, the day was actually designated as a day of mourning. And from 1940 to 1955, a day of mourning was held on the Sunday before Australia Day. In 1956, a group of governments, churches and Aboriginal groups got together to rename and refocus the group. They decided that it needed to take on a greater sense of celebration and a greater sense of helping people to understand Aboriginal and Islander culture. And from 1991 onwards, there's been a wonderful celebration of Aboriginal culture in all its beauty, all its complexity, to help understanding. As you would understand, the history of these things within our country has not always been easy, and it has not always brought glory on white communities. And I think it's a great credit to those who have organised the NAIDOC organisation and celebrations that they have picked a theme every year, an idea every year for us to concentrate on. Those ideas have been overwhelmingly positive. In 1973, it's a time for mutual understanding. In 1974, self-determination. In 1977, change or chains. 1983, let's talk, we have something to say. It is an excellent way to understand our history, to go back and take a look at some of the themes that have operated. This year, the theme for NAIDOC Week is serving country. When you look back at the history, I think the bit that is missing so often is an understanding of the complexity and therefore the beauty of the culture. I would suggest everyone spend time and Google a few simple things. Google Indigenous art. Google modern Indigenous art. Google some of the music and spend some time with the music playing, looking at the art, and I think it will open up ways of understanding our country that are absolutely exquisitely beautiful. I know that one of the things that's very precious to me in my life is to sit in our country, deep in our country, and at night around a crackling fire to simply sit and listen. I find that good for the soul, and I think Indigenous music plays a special role in reaching deep into our souls if you let it, as does the art. But identity has not always been the glory moment. And I want to read you one story from 1935, which I think captures the difficulty of shallowness of understanding about identity. In 1935, a fair-skinned Aboriginal man was ejected from a hotel for being Aboriginal. He returned to his home on the mission station only to be refused entry because he was not Aboriginal. He tried to remove his children, but was told he couldn't because they were Aboriginal. He walked to the next town where he was arrested for being Aboriginal vagrant and was placed on a local Aboriginal reserve. During the Second World War, he tried to enlist, but was told he could not because he was Aboriginal. He went interstate and joined up as a non-Aboriginal person. After the war, he could not acquire a passport without permission because he was Aboriginal. He received exemption from the Aboriginal Protection Act and was told he could no longer visit the relations on the reserve because he was not Aboriginal. What a dreadful story. And it's a story of our shallow understanding of a culture that has so much to offer, that has so much beauty and so much complexity. It's a culture we should spend the time to enrich our lives knowing more about, and if we do so, we will all win. Coming together as a nation is, I believe, an obligation, and one that we should all take on personally and seriously. This afternoon we have, I think, a really enjoyable event of having some dancers come in to share with us also, to enrich us with the storytelling and the fascination of the Indigenous dance. And I welcome them to the stage.
We're the New Knuckle dancers from North Strawberry Island. I'd like to acknowledge the Kumameri people from this country. We're going to do a welcome dance for you called Garing Nami. Was the dolphin song. When we were kids, our elders used to send a signal out to the dolphin that he would respond by the vibrations of the slapping of the water with spears, and the women and children would slap and stamp their feet underneath the water. That'll send out a signal. He'll help drive the shells of fish back into shallow waters, making it easier for us to catch. Boongan. The next dance is a play dance called Garaga. The white heron, the white crane, used to teach our young people how to dance back in the old days. Let's have a little break from the dance for a minute and explain a little bit about the didgeridoo of a ditch silo. The didgeridoo, the language name didgeridoo, comes from Northern Territory. There's plenty of other different languages up around the top end and come down to southeast Queensland. There's Ladua, Bumble, Yigi Yigi, but in southeast Queensland we call it Brayamando. It means throw sound from wood. The way we go and collect one is to go out to the bush and you give it a tap along the trunk. And if it's hollow, you cut it off to the desired length that you want it at. Then you take it back to camp. And then we put coals on the inside to finish off where the white ants have gone through. It leaves like little channels through there. And then the way you play it, it was only meant for boys. Girls weren't allowed to play it. The way you play it, you got to blow your lips in a relaxed fashion, like you're blowing a raspberry, and it goes something like this. If you do that correctly, you should get this sound. And there's another sound. It's called the high pitch. It's like playing a trombone or brass instrument by tightening your lips much tighter. If you do that correctly, you should get this sound. Then we've got our circular breathing. That's from filling your cheeks up with air, squeezing it out, and at the same time breathing in through your nose. So as I get Gurrigan, my brother, to play it for us, and as he breathes in, I'll just get him to lift up his hand each time he takes a breath in, just to indicate, show you. Thank you. we're going to do is called Guriel. Guriel is to give us the signs for someone that passes away in our family and take us to the high country. Guriel. The next dance we're going to do is called Jara. Jara is Mother Earth. Bomba Jira Jira Jara. Bomba means to strike, Jira your foot, Jina, and Jara Earth. We pay our respects to Mother Earth by doing this song. Well, we start with the same song that we started with. The welcome song is also a farewell song.
Look, before we start the next section, can I just say a very special thanks to the group that come. It's been fabulous. The skills are appreciated. Love to know how to do that. Continuous breathing, it's always fascinated me. But thanks and congratulations to you this afternoon. It's been wonderful from that point of view. Thank you.
Good afternoon, girls. I know after viewing the 2013 Ecuador World Challenge video, much of you, or many of you I should say, have been eagerly anticipating the announcement of the 2015 World Challenge destination. We're opening up this expedition to years 9, 10s and 11s, so it's happening at the end of next year. I'd just like to hand you over to Chris Halsell from World Challenge. He'll tell you a little bit more about the program and also let you know the secret destination.
Thanks very much, Alexa. Thanks, guys. Can you all hear me now? Perfect. Thanks very much. My name is Chris. I'm from World Challenge, and I do have what I think is probably the greatest job in the world. It's my job to travel around to schools and talk to guys like yourselves and try and inspire you to do what I think is probably the greatest thing you can do in your life, and that is to pack your bags and go travelling. Now, I know you guys are quite familiar with the World Challenge program. Hands up, who's heard of World Challenge before? Very good, yes, so most you have. Now, before we get into the destination, because I know it's very exciting as to whereabouts you're headed next November, but before we get into that, guys, I just want to let you know a little bit more about the program, because it is quite unique. It's a little bit of a different program, the World Challenge program. Okay, and the main reason why it's a slightly different program, actually, it's a very different program. The main reason being is because you guys get to plan your itineraries. And that's a huge part of the World Challenge program. Okay, giving you girls the ownership to go ahead and plan your own developing world expedition. Okay, so to look after all this stuff here, plan your itinerary, manage your budgets, okay, book your travel, book your accommodation, decide what kind of meals you want to have, go down to the local market and prepare those meals or buy those meals. Okay, you're going to take on that ownership. And it's by doing that, by taking that huge responsibility, you guys are going to grow as people. You're going to build things like resilience, you're going to build confidence, and you're going to develop loads of life skills. Okay, all this stuff is going to help you later on in life with getting to university, with getting a job later on. Okay, it's vital, it's really important. And now's a great time for you girls to learn it. Okay, and do it through the essence of travel, which is my favourite thing in the world. Now, I know you're all really excited, guys, so I'm going to let you know where you're headed. And on your 2015 World Challenge expedition, the school's decided that we're going to be heading off to Costa Rica and Nicaragua. Okay? Now, can anyone tell me, does anyone know where Costa Rica and Nicaragua are? Okay, I know you know where the last expedition was. That was to Ecuador. It's just a little bit further north than that. So we're going to stay in Latin America, and we're going to head all the way across the world. Now, we probably won't go this way because it's going to be shorter to go the other way. Okay. And we're going to head to Central America. Okay, so South America last time, Central America this time. Now, I was so excited when the school told me about this because I recently got back from my own expedition, my own personal expedition to Central America. I spent 9 months traveling through the whole of Central America. And I can tell you, I can guarantee you, Costa Rica and Nicaragua are both two of my favourite countries in the entire world. Okay? Nicaragua probably just a little bit more than Costa Rica. But I love them both. And I had some amazing experiences there, guys. And I can guarantee you, you're going to have those same experiences when you head off next year. Now, it's important that when you head off on your own expedition, okay, that you really need to get used to your surroundings. You need to spend time acclimatising to your new surroundings. Okay, you've taken on the huge responsibility of planning the next 16 months to plan this amazing expedition, to take on that responsibility. So when you get in country, it's going to be a massive culture shock. Everything's going to sink in, it all becomes real. Okay? There's going to be crazy food, crazy marketplaces. There'll be buses going down the street with chickens tied to the roof, pigs tied to the roof. Okay, crazy streets, tuk-tuk rides going everywhere. It's going to be crazy, guys. So, you're going to acclimatise to your new surroundings. You're going to go talk to the locals. Okay, you're going to practice some language over the next 16 months so you can go out and talk to the locals. Who knows what language they speak in Central America? Spanish, perfect. So you might spend the next 16 months learning some Spanish. And then you're going to get down and you're going to really start to experience and let it soak in, okay? Let your senses come alive. Some of the most spectacular flora and fauna in Costa Rica and Nicaragua. Okay, some amazing jungles, some amazing marketplaces, some amazing people. It's going to be super exciting, guys. Now, once you've acclimatised to new surroundings, you're going to set yourself a bit of a challenge. Okay? World Challenge, it's called. And it's about setting yourself that challenge and reaching your goals. So it's really important that we add this trekking element to the expedition. And it's got some really breathtaking treks on offer in Costa Rica and Nicaragua. Some of the most amazing trekking in the world. They've got this one called the Maribos Range, which means, Maribos is the volcanic range. Okay? 5 volcanoes over 5 days. where you trek in some of each volcano. Absolutely spectacular, guys. Trekking starting in the jungle, heading up to the volcanoes for breathtaking views like that. Absolutely amazing. Okay, you might choose to do a different trek. Because remember, guys, the whole program is about giving you girls the choice, letting you take on that responsibility. So you might want to do a trek that starts in the volcanoes and heads down to the beach. You might want to do your trekking in Nicaragua, you might want to do it in Costa Rica and trek Cerro Torrico, the highest peak in all of Costa Rica. Completely up to you. Okay, but I can tell you guys, you're going to make some amazing friends along the way, you're going to learn some amazing life skills, and you're going to see some pretty cute creatures over there as well. Now, once you've completed your trek, guys, it's been a massive challenge so far. You've taken a lot from this country. It has plenty to offer. You've seen some spectacular views, the trek volcanoes, visit the beaches, you've acclimatised. It's your opportunity now to give a little bit back through some project work. Go and work on a project. Go and immerse yourself in a local culture and learn about them, but also share your story with them as well. Share your culture with the local village. And the project work is amazing, guys, because it gives you an opportunity to give back to a community that's not as fortunate as you. Okay, you girls have got it fantastic. You had an amazing school. You're on the Gold Coast. Okay, it's your opportunity now to go and give something back to another community. And you can do that in many ways. You're going to choose what kind of project work you want to do. Okay, whether you want to do infrastructural work, whether you want to do painting of murals, that type of stuff. Okay, get involved with the classrooms, perhaps help teach a little bit of English. Okay, plant some veggie gardens and help provide food to another community. It's all about giving back in this element of the expedition. And you're going to learn about yourself through doing this. You're going to develop things like compassion. You're going to feel fantastic, and you're also going to learn about their culture. And there's plenty on offer, guys. You can do loads of different things. You might want to get involved with the local flora and fauna in Costa Rica and maybe do a sustainability project, something like that. Plenty on offer, okay? But it really is about sharing your skills, okay, and sharing your culture with another community. Absolutely fantastic. And it will change their life, and it's also going to change your life as well, guys. So, at this stage, you've acclimatised, you've done your trek, you've set yourself a challenge, you're feeling great, you've given back to a local community, you've worked on your project. Okay? Now it's time to have a little bit of rest and relaxation as well. Take advantage of some of the amazingly beautiful things that the country has to offer. And there's all sorts of things you get involved in. Whitewater rafting, guys, zip lining, loads of fantastic things. The longest zip line in the world, Monteverde, okay, in Costa Rica. Zip lining across a rainforest canopy, absolutely spectacular. Volcano boarding down a volcano, okay, in Nicaragua. There's loads of different stuff you can do. Or you can just hang out on the beach, some of the most spectacular beaches in the world. Okay, guys, so there's loads of stuff that you can do to unwind at the end of your trip. Give yourself some time to reflect on what you've achieved over those past 3 weeks. It's a long expedition, it's a challenging long expedition. 4 weeks. Okay, give you a big time to build up to it, so you've got plenty of planning that you can do over the next 16 months to get yourself ready. And it's important that you relax at the end, guys, and enjoy some of the most breathtaking sunsets in the world. Nicaragua, I think, still has the best sunsets I've ever witnessed in the world. Okay? Now, just really brief, I know you guys have seen the video that the girls from the last expedition put together, which is fantastic. We've just got a quick clip, it goes for 3 minutes, and I'm going to tell you how to come down and learn more about the program with your parents next week. Okay, you can make a decision from there to see if this is something you think you might want to get involved with. So watch the video. I'll let you know how to come down next week. so I know the school's very familiar with the program, so I know you girls know what the World Challenge program is all about, okay? I know you know that it's not about just going on a holiday. It really is about learning about yourself, developing these life skills. So set yourself the challenge and take on that ownership, okay? Plan your own life-changing experience. Going out there and helping with other communities as well, okay? Giving something back. So it's absolutely amazing, girls. And it really is something that really inspires me, and I hope it inspires you as well to go out and do developing world travel. Now, if that looks like something you think you'd like to get involved with, okay, if you're all about challenging yourself, throwing yourself in the deep end, developing the resilience and the confidence and the leadership skills, if that interests you, for helping you later on in life, and you'd like to do it in Costa Rica and Nicaragua, you just need to come down next week, okay? So it's next Tuesday night at the school, and I'm going to have a chat to your parents. I'm going to let them know how we go from this point into getting you involved in the program, okay? So you pretty much, as soon as you make a decision after next week, you launch straight to the program, and over the next 14 months, you're planning your own life-changing expedition. Okay, there's a little quote in there, I don't know if you saw it, as the music came on, it said, life's like a belly button, you're either in or you're out, you all see that? Okay, it makes me giggle every time I see it, it's fantastic. So you guys get to decide if you're in or out, and hopefully, we see you all down there, grades 9s, 10s and 11s, next Tuesday night. Thank you so much for listening, girls. Thank you very much.
Ladies, you can have your attention. The Student Council have put together a week entailing a number of fun and exciting events that will take place as of Monday next week. Here's a short video to show you some of the spirited entertainment that awaits you for Spirit Week.
Come paint our banner.
Ice cream. Anything more delectable than ice cream. Anything more acceptable than ice cream. Wonderful on a Tuesday lunchtime.
Hey Tegan, did you know that 1 in 4 Australians aren't actually born here?
Wow, that's amazing. I wonder how many cultures we have at St Hilda's School.
Let's go find out.
你好，我的名字是邱子涵。Hi, my name is Lucy. 안녕하세요, 제 이름은 이소연입니다. Hello, my name is Sorkin and I was born in Korea.
Konnichiwa.
Bonjour. Guten Tag.
Hola, higher. Hola.
Sawadika.
Unite.
好。你好，我叫缇娜。安妮啊。
Hear that in the Langford Theatre? Let's go check it out.
Be there.
Are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers. And these
you all know, next week is Spirit Week, and on the Monday, Miller and I, along with the rest of the Student Council, will be holding a banner making activity. The banner will consist of your handprints in black paint, as well as your names next to them, all surrounding the words St Hilda's Spirit, which will be painted in our school colours.
It will be taken to any inter-school sporting events as a sign of our school spirit, so make sure you participate. Come down to the Bev Philbin room next week on Monday at lunchtime if you want to be a part of the banner.
Hi everyone, I'm Ali and this is Eloise, and we are organising the Spirit Week ice cream stall for Tuesday next week. The ice cream will be sold outside the hospitality rooms at a cost of $1 per scoop and 50 cents per topping.
The toppings will include crushed Oreos, crushed flakes, sour worms, Milo and mini M&Ms. Also, all the money will go towards Act for Kids, a very worthy cause. So we hope to see everyone there. Thank you.
안녕하세요. konnichiwa, privet, 저zen, bonjour, and good day, everyone. And I'm Kate. Again, I'm Mel. We're student council of 2014, and could you tell in what language I said hello? Regardless of that and my full linguistic skill, I believe for most of you, English was the clearest to you. But for some of us, I believe some other languages were more welcoming and familiar to the ears than English.
Today's St Hilda's community is made up of a diverse range of races and cultures, including China, France, Korea, New Caledonia, Pakistan, Austria, Japan, Russia, and many others that are all very interesting, each in their own ways. Yet the majority of St Hilda's is Australian. The Student Council of 2014 agreed on the importance of understanding those different cultures by reducing the gap for the advancement of our modern community, and thereby decided to have an International Day in this year's Spirit Week. In a hope that our international students can take pride in their own countries in a friendly and foreign land, everyone can dress up in the colours of their own country's flags in a free dress day.
At this time, we will also have around 25 international exchange students to make it even more fun. Also, there will be a picnic at lunchtime on the Oval to share your country's traditional food or just a snack with your friends and enjoy the most of the day. Even if you are Australian, you may dress up in the colours of your Australian flag and have fun learning about different cultures.
On Thursday of Spirit Week, we'll all be at our athletics carnival. So we are organising a fun relay race at the end of the carnival to bring students and teachers together to build school spirit. There will be one race for the senior school and one race for the middle school. Our senior school race involves linking arms and running together to find your coloured gloves from a large pile. This is a great opportunity if you need a new pair of gloves. Our middle school relay will involve running, holding your ankles to look like a monkey, and skipping back with a skipping rope. We are hoping to raise awareness for the Jump Rope for Heart Foundation. We encourage you to talk to your friends and get teams together in your houses before the day. Each team will also need to include one teacher. Due to time restraints, there will be limited places available, so please nominate your teams early. Sign-up sheets will be located on the middle and senior school notice boards. We hope that this will be a fun way to round off a successful athletics carnival and encourage a great sense of school spirit.
Good afternoon, I'm Emma and this is Tess, and we are the Year 10 Student Council representatives along with Tilly. We are organising a talent show on the Friday of Spirit Week. The talent show may include all kinds of talents and gifts.
Some of these may include singing, dancing, some magic tricks, a monologue, poetry, or stand-up comedy. We encourage you to email myself, Tess Field, Tilly Robertson, or Emma Vanderscape to sign up. There also will be sign-up sheets outside the Langford Theatre. Anyone who gets up will get a great prize.
Finally, throughout the whole of Spirit Week, There'll be 5 dance squares scattered around the school. As you all saw in the video, the idea is that once you walk into the boundaries of the square, you have to follow the instructions. So that might mean walking in slow motion, skipping, or headbanging. But no matter the action, we encourage everyone to really get into it.
Don't forget to follow STH Student Council on Instagram. We will follow you back, and hashtag STH Spirit Week 2014.
We've run out of time, so the term starts, so let the learning begin. Come on, team. Thanks, everyone.